Welcome to the midlife crisis. Tired this morning. But I was thinking about something. There's a Christian saying, I believe, that says the greatest trick the devil ever played is convincing the world that he doesn't exist. I say the greatest trick that the world is playing right now is convincing all of us that we don't have to work. We've all been conditioned in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different layers, and a lot of us don't see it. We've been conditioned to hurry up and wait. We've been conditioned to believe in instant gratification. We've been conditioned to believe that there is a difference in between one human and another. I'll say that a different way. We've been conditioned to believe that there's a difference in between us and a celebrity. We've been conditioned to believe that they have been given some God-given talent that has put them where they are right now. We don't realize that we've all been given God-given talents. We just don't work on it like they are. You think you can't rap like Jay? You think you can't box like Mayweather? You think you can't sing like Beyonce? You think you can't cook like Gordon Ramsay? You can do all of these things. The difference in between them and us is the fact that they actually pursued what we all say that we want to pursue. They didn't want a 9-to-5. They didn't want the traditional lifestyle. So that talent that they had, yeah, I'm sure Jay rapped better than the people that were in his circle, you know, when he was coming up. But he spent hours in the studio honing that talent, honing that craft. He spent time making sure that he was the best at it. Beyonce spent time, you know, on stage and in the studio singing and working and things like that. Gordon Ramsay spent time in the kitchen cooking and perfecting his craft. Like, if you don't believe me, I'll say it another way. I'm sure everybody listening to this, hopefully everybody listening to this, has a job. And hopefully everybody listening to this feels like they're fairly good at their job. But I'm willing to bet that the majority of the people that are listening to this that have jobs probably weren't thinking about those particular jobs when they were kids. They probably weren't thinking that this is a job that I wanted to have when I was young. Yet, you're good at it. Why is that? You're practicing 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, doing something that you don't even really want to do. And you've become good at it. I'll say that one more time. You're doing something 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week that you don't even really want to do, and you're good at it. Imagine if you spent that same 8 hours a day cooking or drawing or rapping or singing or whatever it is that you're good at, that you like to do in your free time. Imagine if you spent that time doing it. How much better would you be at those things? I spend, if I'm lucky, 90 minutes a week practicing martial arts. And I'm good at it. Imagine how much better I would be if I was doing that 8 hours a day. And that's the thing. We don't believe, we've been conditioned to go against that. We've been conditioned to accept the fact that these people are just so amazingly talented and one-offs and so special that that's why they're where they are. When in reality, all we have to do is work. When in reality, all we have to do is wake up and put our best efforts into the things that we want to develop, and it will come. But the conditioning goes deeper than that, because we've also been conditioned to have things gratify us instantly, instant gratification. We think for some reason that the moment that we do something, it should pay off immediately. We think for some reason that if we just hope and pray long enough, that everything that we want is going to be delivered to us gift wrapped with a bow on top. And that's not the case. If you want something, you're going to have to scrap for it. You might have to sleep in your car for a little bit. You might have to pay people in order to get to where you want to go. You might have to make friends that you don't necessarily want to make, or keep the company of some people that you don't necessarily want to keep in order to use their talents to help you get to where you want to go. It may not happen immediately. We've been conditioned to believe that there's a such thing as an overnight success. That's not true. That's not true. We like to see where people are now. We don't pay attention to the journey that got them there. And that's the other thing. We don't pay attention to the journey. We've all been conditioned for some odd reason to think that I have to hide how I got here. Because if I tell you how I got here, then you'll take it from me. And that's a conditioning thing. That's a slave conditioning thing. Because while Master's sitting over there eating on that fat ass piece of ham, he's making all 5 of y'all fight over that one piece of cornbread. You think if you tell somebody how you got to where you are in life, that they're going to somehow take what you have from you. There's enough out here for everybody. That's the big secret. There's enough out here for everybody. The secret is the rich people simply just have too much of it and they don't want to give it up. They don't want to share it. So they'll make you fight over the little bit that's left, as opposed to actually cutting up and dividing up everything that they have. And I'm not saying that they should, but I'm saying we need to wake the fuck up. Stop fighting over that cornbread. If Master's making us fight over that one little piece of cornbread, and that's 5 of us, what happens if all 5 of us turn our attention to that fat ass piece of ham that he's eating by himself? What happens if we all unify and get together and start doing that? Why don't we ever think that, hey, if I show you how to do what I'm doing, then both of us can come up? Why don't we think that, hey, if I show you how to do what I'm doing, then it makes my job easier because it's 2 people doing the work of one? Why don't we ever think that, hey, if I show you what it is that I'm doing, that we all can benefit from it? Nah, the first thing that we think about is if I show you what I'm doing, you're going to take it from me. So I keep it hidden. I don't talk about it. I don't tell you how I come up. I don't tell you what the real journey is to get to the things that we want. So you keep thinking that I'm this mystical creature, I'm this unicorn with wings, that's all of this stuff has been blessed and bestowed upon me, because that's the only thing I say. I'm gonna just keep praying for it. I prayed for it and God blessed me. Guess what, folks? I'm not saying anything against prayer, but did you ever think that God actually answered your prayers already? Did you ever really think that the only thing you actually need to achieve your dreams is the fact that you're still drawing breath? If you can wake up and pray, you have everything that you need to achieve anything that you want. You're just missing it because you think it should come in a different shape or form. If you can wake up and pray, if you can wake up and breathe, if you wake up and your heart's beating, you've got everything you need to achieve what you want. You got a brain to desire it, you got a heart to push yourself to keep going to it, and you got air in your lungs to keep yourself fueled in order to push through. You have everything that you need. The problem is, we're not asking simply to have this life that we want. What we're asking for is for it to be easy. What we're asking for is for us not to have to do any work to get it. We just want it to be delivered to us like Amazon Prime. And that's not how life works. It's not supposed to be an instant gratification. Lions are the king of the jungle. They still have to hunt. They still got to get up. They still got to go out there. They still got to make sure that they keep themselves healthy. They still got to coordinate with the rest of the pride. They still got to pick out the right animal, and they still got to take that motherfucker down. And they still got to fight other people off that want to come and take it from them after they've killed it. You still have to work. You can't live in this life and think that you can't do anything and still get what you want. You have to work, and it's not going to be instant. That's another thing. Like I said, the conditioning that we have is deep. It's in several layers. We don't realize that slow progress is still progress. We think that the moment that we jump out there, number one, we got to have 8 million%. We got to be able to devote 8 million%. And if I can't devote 8 million%, screw it, I'm not going to do it. Nah, that's not the way to do it. Even if you got 8%, give it that 8%. No, it's not going to give you the results of 8 million% either, but it's going to give you the results of 8%. And some results are always better than no results. Slow progress is better than no progress. We forget that because we want everything handed to us immediately and on a silver platter. That's not how things go. That's not how it goes. And I know what some of y'all are thinking, I don't want to do my talent as a job. You know, once it becomes a job, it's going to become boring. So you working somewhere else, I'm sure that's boring. You working somewhere else, I'm sure you scrolling on your phone and trying to find something else to do to distract you from what it is that you really don't want to do, that you're spending 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week doing. So what? So what? You're going to get bored. Do it anyway. Get up and force yourself to do it. Have the discipline to hear the word no. Have the discipline to tell yourself the word no. See, again, another difference in between those celebrities and us. they understand that they're going to hear no. They understand that they're going to try out for several different shows and groups and auditions and things like that, and they're not going to get them. But what they do is they force themselves to keep going. They hear those no's and they keep pushing forward. As Rocky said, that's how winning is done. But do you have yourself the courage to tell yourself no? Can you wake up? We all feel it. You know, you wake up in the morning, oh, I'm too sore. I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like dealing with the kids. I don't feel like hearing my boss's mouth today. I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like saving money. I just want to go ahead and spend something. I want to go shopping. I want to order some food. I don't feel like being right to my woman. I don't feel like being right to my man. I don't feel like working out this problem. I don't feel like talking about these issues. I don't feel like crying today. Do you have the courage to tell yourself, no, I don't care if I don't feel like cooking today. It's going to save me some money. If I want to get this other goal, if I want to save for this house or save for this car, I need to get my ass up and cook. I don't care that I don't feel like dealing with my wife today. That's the best woman I ever met in my life. She's getting on my goddamn nerves, but it's better for me to go ahead and work this out with her instead of me going out here and starting some dumb shit with some side chick or whatever that I'm eventually going to get caught and I'm going to fuck up everything. Yeah, my husband's getting on my nerves today, but that's the best man I ever met. I need to go out here and start talking to his ass and working this shit out instead of me going out here and paying attention to Craig because he bought me lunch today or whatever and seeing what he got in between his legs. Now I don't feel like dealing with them kids, but them my kids. Yeah, they getting on my goddamn nerves, but I still need to make sure I'm dealing with them to make sure that they can be the best people that they can be in life. We all feel like we don't need to do it. And yeah, take your day off. Take your day off. But you got to have the discipline to make sure that that day off just remains a day off. Take today off, not 2 week off or 2 month off. Don't wake up today and be like, I don't feel like working out. And then you feel the same way tomorrow. And then you feel the same way the next day. And then the next day you don't even think about it. And then the next thing you know, you've gone a month without working out. And then it's like, I don't feel like starting this over again or whatever because it's going to be too hard. It's going to take a lot out of me. I don't feel like doing it. That's the quickest way to get yourself out of doing anything. Have the courage and the discipline to tell yourself no. I want to look like Beyonce, but I'm going to eat these 7 cupcakes. No. Beyonce ain't eating 7 cupcakes. Beyonce looks like Beyonce because she's got a dietitian that tells her, no, you can't have this, B. You need to eat this broccoli and enjoy it. Or if you're going to have these cupcakes, I need to see you in the gym tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. so we can run all of these extra calories off. Tell yourself the word no and get used to it. That way you can achieve the things that you want to do. It's called discipline. And we've been conditioned to not pay attention to it. All we do, all our discipline is to hurry up and wait. Pray to somebody in the clouds. I don't care who you pray to, but pray to somebody in the clouds. And if you pray enough, that person's going to give you everything that you want. That's not true. It's not true. That entity has already given you everything that you want. Like I said, you got breath in your lungs, you got that gift. Because there's a lot of people that woke up today or didn't wake up today. I'll put it like that. There's a lot of people that don't have that gift because they 6 feet under. Right now, you're still on the right side of the grass. Do something with it. God woke you up this morning. Use that opportunity to do something. Take a step in the right direction. Take a step in the direction that you want to take a step in. Understand what it is that you want to do and take a step toward that. You may not get it today. You may not get it next year. But if you keep working towards it, eventually you'll get something. Have that courage. I know you may not know the answer. I don't know the answer. I have no fucking answers. None. But in every movie that we watch, isn't that the quest? Isn't that what the hero does? They step their foot out of their door and they just go try to figure it out. They try to understand and they meet people on their way who help them realize what their potential is, who help them realize what it is that they were actually supposed to do. They find their calling out there. If you're sitting in the house scrolling on your phone trying to distract yourself and looking at other people's lives so that you can feel better about your own, you're doing it backward. Go out there and make your own story. Be the hero of your own story. Go out and find your quest. Go out and actually quest for something. And you may fail. Again, every movie that we watch and that we consider good, what happens? The hero goes out there, they think they got everything, and guess what? That villain kicks their ass. And then they got to find a way to get themselves back up, to get back out there, to get back training, to find out why they got their asses whooped, and then to overcome it. And every time we see that story, we clap and cheer. I don't care if it's a love story, if it's an action adventure story, if it's a horror story, it's the same thing. You get your ass whooped, you get scared, you get broken up with. And what happens? You find a way to dust yourself off, pick yourself back up, get back out there and overcome it. And we cheer. Be the hero of your own story. Stop waiting for somebody else to be the hero for your own story, and be the hero of your own story. Do it for yourself. Be realistic with yourself. Have the courage to be honest with yourself. Have the courage to really look at yourself realistically and say what you actually see. Ladies, if you're buying any type of a garment that ties your waist up, push your boobs up, makes your arms and your butt look a different way, they tie your ass up to make it look bigger, then that's the admission that you need to work out. Stop having your friends lie to you and tell you that you slaying it and that you fabulous. You need to work the fuck out. If you're thinking of getting cosmetic surgery and work, you need to work the fuck out. If you have mastered physics in order to be able to take an acceptable picture that gets you to look more like a celebrity, you need to work the fuck out. Stop lying to yourself, stop having everybody else lie to you, and work the fuck out. Men, same thing. You out here stuffing your pants with a sock. You out here trying to wear compression shirts and shit like that or whatever, just to make sure that you holding your stuff together. You need to work the fuck out. Stop lying to yourself and thinking that you Conan the Barbarian and you can go out here and whoop everybody's ass, and go work the fuck out. Do what it is that you need to do to achieve what you want. Stop lying to yourself and stop having other people lie to you. Stop feeding into this world that is built to just pacify you and further these nonsensical dreams that keep you in the same spot that you're in while everybody else is out here getting it. And I don't mean, oh my God, let's try to run and act like everybody else. I'm saying these Jeff Bezoses of the world, these Elon Musks of the world, these Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, they're out here getting it. These Beyoncés, these Jay-Z's, they're out here getting it. But they're not getting it because it was all just given to them. They're out here working their asses off. Beyonce probably practices 15 hours a day and she sleeps for 6. That means she's got 3 hours left to do whatever the fuck she wants to do. She's out here working to get it, and it's paying off for her because she's done this for years. She's damn near 40. She's been doing this shit since she was 16. It's not an overnight success. She's worked her ass off to get it. What have you done?